So who's up for having Vanille in the party for the entirety of the Final Fantasy XIII playthrough? I think a large amount of people who would have normally watched the Final Fantasy XIII playthrough will not watch the Final Fantasy XIII playthrough if I play with Vanille in the party the entire time. So I might have to do us all a solid and not do that. Also Star Wars. So are we gonna like act surprised about this or? Yeah, I was saying before, the video cutscenes are nuts. Like, PS2, crazy how good they look. Granted, this is upscaled, but still.
Such a tremendous honor to again be graced with your presence, Majesty. You left us with such great dispatch upon our last encounter that I must confess I had begun to worry that we may have given your Majesty some cause for offense.
Such a heartfelt display of remorse. Now what is it you want?
I want you to give me the Nethercite.
The Nethercite?
That is a base imitation. We seek Wraithwald's legacy, the ancient relics of the Dynast King. Day-affected Nethercite. Did you not tell them, Captain Azalus?
Majesty, he speaks of the Dawn Shard. That is the Nethercite. Are you mad, Vossler? If we are to save Dalmasca, we must accept the truth. I will fight this profitless battle no more.
Captain Azalus has struck a wise bargain. In return for the Dawn Shard, the Empire will permit Lady Ashe to reclaim her throne, and the Kingdom of Dalmasca will be restored. Think on it. An entire kingdom for a stone. You must admit, 'tis more than a fair exchange.
And when all is said and done, your master will have another pet.
Lady Ashe, let us take him for the people of Dalmasca. Your Majesty wallows in indecision on peril of their heads.
He doesn't even respond.
And his shall be the first to fall.
Well, at least your sword is to the point.
Okay, but we're already captured. Couldn't you just taken it anyways?
To think the relics of the Dynast King were day-affected Nethercite, Dr. Sid will be beside himself.
Unless he wants her on the throne anyways.
Captain Azalus, take them to Shiva. They should have leave to return to Rabanastre soon. I want you to assess its power.
Did our orders not specify that we return the stone for testing?
I will not chance returning with a stone that is yet unproven.
Okay, so like, what? I'm already lost again. I don't know if it's just that the story doesn't excite me or I'm just lost, but like... I don't get why... Like, he didn't just take the stone? So does that mean he wants Ashe on the throne? Is that to make Andor look like an idiot?
When we return to Dalmasca, we can announce that you are alive and well. I will then continue our negotiations with the Empire. I believe Lars has the key. He'll listen to us. We should trust him.
Who are you, Vossler, to talk of trust?
Oh, Vossler betrayed us. How shocking.
A son of Dalmasca.
Also, how many times are we going to get captured in this game?
Our equipment here is limited, so we'll be using the ship's drive to make our assessment. Once we've connected the stone, the reaction should be easily measured.
You're going to blow up the
Methods do
ship.
not interest me, only results.
We're all dead.
Fran? Such heat! The mist, it's burning!
6,800, 6,900, 7,000! This must be de-factor Nethercite! The count still climbs!
We're dead.
Ah, we found it at last. True day-affected Nethercite. The power of the Dynast King in my hands. Blood alone does not an emperor make, vain.
What is this? Something's wrong!
Shocker.
What is it?
You stand!
Get wrecked.
Hold her down!
Hold her down. Now you done it.
What's wrong with her?
I always knew Fran didn't take well to being tied up. I just never knew how much. How about you?
I like Fran's idea. Let's get out of here.
No farther! Sky pirates, the future of Dalmasca will not be stolen.
Yeah, this is real smart, Vossler.
Why do this, Bash? This struggle is futile. You must know where it leads.
I do know. All too well.
Oh god, Fran's losing her mind. Sounds pretty epic. You know what? Oh, never mind. She can't. She's berserk. God, I'm so slow. What you gonna do now, Vossler? Okay, he hasn't missed a hit since I blinded him. Oh, she's normal now. I feel like this fits the scene. What? How did you? What? But I told you to. Okay. Oh my god, that was wild. And don't die. Oh good, he decided to change targets right at the wrong time. Okay. Sure. Oh, Silver! How's it going, man? Give it 42 months. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it! Oh my god, dude. Can you not? Oh my god, throw it faster. Oh my god. Like, I can't... There's kinda nothing I can do. I blind him and he just whacks away anyways. Excellent. Another Phoenix down. Nope.
I must endure.
Of course. So, never lucky. Oh, I killed him! No way that kills him. Okay. Sure. Sure.
Engine power falling rapidly. It's negative. Impossible.
Engine room, this is the bridge. Report.
What are they doing down
What's
there?
happened?
The Nethercite's draining the ship's power!
Disengage it at once.
I want that
We're
number
trying to
3
go
unit
good.
seal. Let me around it. It's critical in 300. Cascade failure.
So this was kind of
let's
mega
go.
stupid for everyone involved.
All I have done, I've ever thought of Dalmasca first.
I know you do. I would ne'er gainsay your loyalty.
Look on what my haste has wrought. Did I act too quick? Or was your return too late? I can serve her no more. You must take up my charge.
Let's see, uh... Epic graphics.
This might get a little dicey.
The mist. It manifests now.
Is that what you call this?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
was that?
It's an explosion.
I think it's the Dawn Shard.
Then what are we waiting for?
But why does I don't know, I'm lost.
The dreadnought Leviathan is sunk. The 8th fleet of the Arcadian Imperial Army lost.
X.
As word of the events in the yacht sounded throughout the Empire, quit I Bujeba, citing sudden malady. My true motive, to bring the various counter-imperial forces scattered throughout Ivalice together in unified resistance. By this time, Lady Ashe had made her return to Rabanastre. She had not, however, made known her presence. Rather, she was content with keeping both her own whereabouts and those of the Dawn Shard concealed. Had she chosen then to go before her people, my error in announcing her suicide would be known, to the great detriment of my efforts to assemble a resistance.
Okay, is the capital thing bothering anyone else still? Why is whereabouts capital? The more I look at it, the more it's like... Why?
In such circumstance as the Lady Ashe then found herself, even were she to proclaim Dalmasca restored, it would serve only to invite the Empire's wrath. Though Arcadia had lost her 8th fleet, she remained, as ever, a military power with which to be reckoned.
There's so many videos, too. Like, not only do the cutscenes look really good, but there's so many of them. I'm kind of shocked this all fit on one PS2 desk. For how big the game is and how many cutscenes are in it. It almost didn't. I believe it. Definitely believe it.
The Rosarian Empire assembles a vast host under guise of martial exercises. It is our belief they wait for the proper pretext, the sooner to make their strike against Arcadia.
Wait, is this Skyrim?
The loss of Leviathan and her fleet at such a time comes as a most grievous blow. Were Rosaria to invade, the battle would be hard fought. Had Lord Vayne not deployed the fleet so capriciously, we would not now find ourselves in such perilous circumstance.
Lord Vayne shall be made to answer for his actions. It is the will of the Senate. Excellency, though he be your son, justice must be served.
A convenient thing, justice. And so I must now make a choice between my throne and my son.
But why? He didn't blow it up.
A most lamentable situation for us all.
I know it's kind of his fault,
Vayne,
but...
perhaps. Yet surely Lord Lauser will make for a fine emperor.
Lauser so adores his brother, and he is yet young.
But he will not remain young forever. Already he busies himself unraveling Lord Vayne's tangled skein. Lord Lauser has found his role to play and pursues it with some enthusiasm.
Ah, yes. And who would set him at such tasks?
What matter? Lord Vayne himself once saw his elder brothers brought to like justice, did he not? At your Excellency's behest, as I recall.
You may put yourself at ease, Lord Gramis. So long as the Senate watches over her, Arcadia's well-being will ever be ensured.
By your will, I shall bid Vayne return to Arcades.
Okay. So they're blaming Vayne for that, and now he's coming home. Okay. That's all that cutscene had to say, I guess. Well, and apparently they know about his brother, like, kind of trying to overthrow Vayne, it seems. Sup, not Titus. Oh my god, here we go. Let's just watch Vayne blow it. Or Vaughn. Yeah, like, I don't think... Like, at this point, it seemed like Larsa was doing everything in secret, but apparently they know about it, which is interesting. This is where the game ends.
So, it was the Dawn Shard that brought down the Imperial fleet.
You know your stuff.
Destructive power of such force. I've seen it once before. Lady Ashe, you know of what I speak.
Nabudis.
The capital of Old Nebradia, Lord Rassler's fatherland. At the time of the invasion, a division of Imperials entered the city. There was a mighty explosion. Friend and foe died alike. Something was there. One of the Dynast King's relics. The Midlight Shard was in Nebradia.
More Nethercite. Well, no wonder
Mello
they
just
invaded.
death you sitting over there.
That ridiculous war. The trap at the treaty signing. All this because Vayne wanted power. He must not be allowed to claim the Nethercite. The Empire must never hold it.
Oh, they already do. The Dusk Shard, most likely the Midlight Shard too.
Why don't we just leave that one in the temple then?
Can they manufacture Nethercite now?
Very well. Then the path set before us is clear. We'll use the Dawn Shard to fight them. Dalmasca does not forget kindness, nor ill deed done. With sword in hand, she aids her allies. Sword in hand, she lays to rest her foes. This Nethercite I hold must be my sword. I will avenge those who have died, and the Empire will know remorse.
You even know how to use it?
The Garif may know.
Get wrecked.
The Garif people live by the old ways. Matricide lore is a part of their culture. They may hear it. The cry of the Nethercite's power. Whispers of the stone's menace.
Dangerous though it be, what we need now is power. Should we declare Dalmasca free without the means to defend our claim, the Empire would crush us. You must take me to meet with the Garif.
They live beyond Osman Plain.
Not exactly close.
Compensation, is that what you want?
Straight to the point, aren't we? I like that. Compensation. How about the ring?
This? Isn't there something else?
No one's forcing you. I'll give it back to you as soon as I find something more valuable.
What do you mean something more valuable?
Hard to say. I'll know when I find it.
As in something worth more.
What is it you want, Vaughn? What are you looking for?
What kind of question is that?
What am I looking for? I guess... Well, you know...
No, please tell us. Why are you still here? Please, I want to know.
The Gareth are said to dwell in Kirwan.
So they do. We'll need to head south, past the Giza Plains.
It is the rains now in Giza. The wadis will be swollen with the deluge. Passage may be difficult.
But those same waters may also lay open new routes to us.
Regardless, we must go south, yes?
First things first. You're eager to be on your way, I know. But we should see that we're prepared before setting out.
I made my resolve 2 years ago. I swore to overcome any hardship I may face.
Man cannot live by resolve alone, Princess.
Okay, finally we can talk. Okay, I want to talk about that cutscene, and feel free to talk open about it as long as you're not spoiling something later. But if you want to talk about the story up to this point, because I'm like pretty lost. So first of all, like, I don't buy that they would blow up their own ship. Like, I just don't buy it. Like, if they already have two, which we don't know for sure, but Balthair said they already have two pieces, the two other Nethercites. So if they already have the two other ones, I don't buy that they're stupid enough to just stick it in their ship and be like, how powerful is it? And then blow up the whole ship. And like, that ship is apparently the most important ship, and without it, they can't even defend themselves against the other country. Like, no way. Don't buy it. Second of all, I don't really buy that Vossler would rat us out like that. Because, like, how stupid do you have to be to, like, visit, like, go with this party and watch us, like, defeat all the monsters in the temple and defeat the ancient summon power and receive the ancient summon power, and then just be like, okay, now I'm evil, which he wasn't really evil, but like, you know what I mean? Like, he double crosses us and just like puts some locks on our arms, and he's like, that'll get him. And then Fran immediately breaks out and kills everyone. Like, he had to have seen that coming. Like, there's no way. I just don't buy that he's that stupid. And then, like, instead of retreating, he fights us alone and dies. And then he's like, now you have to do it. Like, you could have just said that and run, or like I don't know, like, that just seemed really stupid. Like, he seemed way smarter than that. Up to this point, all of this has been calculated by him. So he seems like he's a really smart character. He's dumb enough to just do that and die for, like, no reason. So I don't really buy that either. Now, well, I know Fran's thing has an explanation, but he should know that we could have gotten out. Like, not only did Fran break out and kill everyone, but Balthair already had a key. Do you notice that? Like, during the cutscene, Fran broke out, and then Balthair was already unlocking people's thing. Like, I mean, he's like the ultimate sky pirate. It's like capturing Captain Jack Sparrow and being like, yeah, we got him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't buy that Vossler would be that stupid. But anyways, so that I didn't buy. But also, the cutscene confused me. So they're trying to get all three Nethercites, I guess, was like the whole idea. But was it all like a ruse to get us to go get it? Could they not find it? So it was like all a ruse for us to go get it, and then they just showed up? And I guess they knew where we were because Vossler was with us, I guess. Because otherwise, how would they have shown up right when we walked out? So apparently he has a walkie-talkie or something and was like, hey, pick me up at the corner. So that made sense. But there was something else in that cutscene that didn't make sense. I forget what it was now because this cutscene was so freaking long. Yeah, I get that like Ashe was the only one that could get it, and Vossler was with us so that he could turn us in. Like, I get that. Then there's the scene after that where it's like, I don't understand why. I don't think they've done a good job of making Balthair, Fran, Penelo, and Vaughn have any real reason to continue being with the party. Like, I almost feel like there's something else going on with Balthair because he keeps, like, coming up with an excuse to stay on the mission. So maybe there's something later we learn about him as to why he's still here. Because otherwise, it's like, why are you still here? And then Vaughn and Penelo are just kind of stuck at this point. So, like, I kind of get that. But it's just really weird that at this point, we're still kind of just following Ashe. There was something else about that cutscene that was really off to me. Like, I didn't understand it. Can't remember what it was now. But mostly, I just don't buy that scenario happening. I don't buy Vossler being that dumb, and also the Judge Ghis being that dumb. Especially if they already had 2 pieces of Nethercite, they should know how strong it is. And if there was explosions prior to this, like, they should know how strong it is. They shouldn't just stick it in the engine of their ship and be like, hope it doesn't explode. So that was kind of stupid. But I guess they had to do it somehow. I don't know. That feels like they had to do it to make everything else make sense. Hey, see you yet. Have a great weekend. Oh, I remember what it was. It was the whole thing with him saying, like, if you give us the stone, we'll put you back on the throne. I don't understand that. So, like, what I interpreted was he had every intention of putting her on the throne anyways. Like, he brought it up as like this is your deal, but it wasn't actually a deal. He was just forcing it. He was just making it sound like it was a deal. But basically, he's taking the stone, and then he's going to take her back and set her on the throne, which then puts Andor in trouble because don't believe Andor's lies. He was the one that said she was dead. So now everyone's going to turn on Andor and be like, what the heck, dude? Which I guess is what the judges want. Like, I'm still a little hazy as to why they want Andor to be outed. Because he's been helping the Empire up to this point, right? But, like, maybe they know secretly he's an imposter. A Mogus. Like, they know that he's helping the party. But, like, I can see why I tuned out. I can see why I tuned out as a kid. Because it's so, like, there's just too many characters, and there's too many... I think it's not that there's too much going on, because, I mean, if you really step back, it's not that complicated, but there's too many different characters with too many different plans. I think that's the problem. There's too many double crosses and people with different, sides and motivations. There's so many different motivations that it's hard to keep it all straight. And too many double crosses where it's hard to even remember who's on what side. And half the people you still don't even know what real side they're on. And then you have the Empire court or whatever, who apparently already knows everything which I don't even understand how, but somehow they know generally what's happening without even being there. So, like, it's just a bit too convoluted. Like, it's not that it's impossible to understand. If you're really into this, I'm sure you got all of it right away. But for me, and especially as a kid, like, I could totally understand why I tuned out at this point. There's just too many motivations, too many characters doing too many different things at once. It's hard to follow it all. And because they talk with this, like, you know, old English style political jargon talk, if you're not perfectly following, you get nothing out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I would say with Star Wars, and I know like nothing about Star Wars, but I would say with Star Wars, you could watch a scene where you don't understand everything going on, and you could still get something out of it. Whereas in this game, if you don't understand what they're talking about, you're just kind of like, what? Like, what are they talking about, you know? So I think that's part of the problem as well. If you get it, you get it. But if you don't get it, you're totally lost. And there's no, like, good middle ground. And that's where Star Wars does it better. You can watch Star Wars once, get some of it, and then watch it again and get the rest. Get all the nuances. Whereas here, it's like if you don't get the nuances, you're just lost. And you just don't really understand what anyone's doing or what they're talking about. And there's so many names. Like, that's the other thing that gets me. And I think that's just a personal thing. I'm really bad with names. And when they throw out, like, 4 different country names, 5 different people names, and 3 different race names all in the same conversation, I'm, like, lost. I'm like, wait, who's what? How? Who's Larsa? I don't, you know, like, I keep getting the names mixed up or keep forgetting names. So, and then it doesn't help that some of the people, you know, people keep double crossing and stuff, and we've had 2 characters already that started with one name and now has a different name. So it's just a lot, you know. But I'm still kind of on the side of I don't think this story is bad. I think it's just very difficult to get into unless you're really into it. And I mean, a lot of people that have been talking and that are into it are still saying it's bad, or at least has a lot of problems. But I can't say I'm, like, bored with it yet. I'm still interested to see what happens. I'm just still lost a lot of the time. But, like, I don't want to say, like, it's bad, because I don't think, I mean, I'm still interested in it. I'm not snoozing by any means. Now, maybe it gets worse later, but at least there's still action. At least things are blowing up and characters are dying and double crossing is happening. And, I mean, there's interesting stuff to hold on to, at least. It's not just all people in rooms talking about things I don't understand. But yeah, I think it just lends itself to be confusing. How fares the hunt, Kupo? Here you defeated a demon wall. Impressive, Kupo. Presented in gratitude for discoveries providing new insights into the times of King Wraithwall. Now you command an Esper. Ooh, I like teleport stones. So I already got the rewards for these, right? Yeah, I did. Now we could go back and try to fight this boy at some point. I should go check the clan store. I was just there, but it might be different now. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of it makes more sense later, but that doesn't necessarily make it better. I'm okay being confused to a point, but there needs to be enough to hold on to where you're still understanding the general. Like, you don't want to just be completely lost the entire game, and then at the end they're like, so this is why everything made sense. Like, that's not good storytelling. But like I said, I can't say it's boring yet. It's definitely still entertaining. Oh, they still have nothing. Yeah. You can't do Kingdom Hearts 3. That's basically... You don't want to be a Kingdom Hearts 3. No one wants to be a Kingdom Hearts 3. Can I be a Kingdom Hearts 3? Ooh, Ronald. Ooh, Asuna. Ooh, Arrow. Hey, I was right. I'm not completely against trying Berserk. Or even Gravity. Yeah, I'll skip Berserk. Do you have a license for that? Not you. Oh. Only one character can obtain this license. When a character obtains the license, it will be removed from the boards. So I have to permanently choose who can summon Elias? That seems a bit lame. I guess you can have it, Fran. I don't know if it matters too much which one. I feel like I should save a later one for Ashe. Okay, I wanted Ronald. Oh, I forgot about the Jaw spells that started in this game. Raja. Dark and Berserk. I figured out the bazaar system, yeah. I mean, I know there's more nuance to it, but the general idea of it, yeah. I was talking before about... Ooh, that's good. I was talking before how, like, I got kind of played by having experience with the game. Because the first time you play it, you get the loot, and you're like, oh, this is just for selling. So you sell it all, and then you unlock the bazaar. But because I had played this as a kid, I had remembered selling the loot while having bazaar active. So I thought bazaar unlocked later in the game, and that I should save my loot for when the bazaar opened up. Because that's how I remembered it. So I didn't sell much of my loot, and then the bazaar didn't unlock because I wasn't selling loot. But then I realized that I needed to just sell it, so I did, and then I unlocked it, and now we're good. Soul Eater. Didn't I get... I got some new weapons, but I don't know if any of them are better. Nope. How's it going, Cyclone? So we're doing a Let's Play of the game, but as for the rest of the Let's Plays we've done for Fantathon, I'm going to do the post-game. Because this post-game is so long, there might be some stuff I don't do, or some stuff I do off-stream. But the plan right now is just to do everything. And then if it ends up taking too long, we'll figure it out then. But all the way through Fantathon, I've done all the post-bosses of all the games, with the exception of, like, I think it was 2 and 3 because they were not worth it. But yeah, I plan on doing everything unless we decide against it. If we do end up deciding against it for the Let's Play, I am going to be doing a full platinum run of Zodiac Age sometime after Fantathon. And there, obviously, we're going to do everything, so. But because it's a Let's Play and we don't want it to be like 500 episodes, there might be a part where we're like, okay, let's skip this or something. But we'll see when we get there. We'll play it by ear. Because I know how extensive this game's post-game is. Okay. Doing a triple day? I wish. Although I don't want to go too far. Definitely enjoying having Final Fantasy XII on Fridays every week. Something to look forward to. Not that I won't be looking forward to Tactics, but... Oh, I remember this garbage. Restore user's MP, but if it fails, it goes down to 0. I think Sheer is actually not bad. Final Fantasy XII has been good. I know you said it was busy, but I hope you had a good, busy day. Look, it's Sonic. There's a creature on Osbone Plain. Kill it. This is how one summons a hunter, is it not? Good, I will be waiting. So that's on our way, so that's good. A crocodile. I lost a ring and I must have it back. I wait on Giza Plains. Come during the rains. So I wonder if we can actually make the rains happen now. Cool, we can start next time with 3 hunts to do. So anywhere else we want to shop? I kind of wanted to go to an armor store. I still don't know if these shops even get updated though. So far they haven't. But I could go back to... Well... I guess the only place I can really go is Bajurba. Okay, they definitely got some stuff. Golden armor ain't bad. But do you have a license for that? And breaker. Let's see, what does Vaughn have? I will say one thing. As annoying as this is, I do feel like equipping new armor is like an event. You know? After all the work I have to do to get new armor, and the fact that stuff in this game is actually like pretty expensive, makes it feel like a big event when I finally get something. Instead of just every dungeon I go to, I get a full new equipment for everyone, you know? I mean, like, it's actually kind of nuts how little I can buy. Like, I didn't do a lot of grinding, but I did a little bit. And I only have enough money for one piece of armor after all that. I like that this game is probably the most fun game in the series to make money. And it's also the one where money means the most. Does that make sense? Like, I think they did that really well, where like money is actually really fun to try to make in this game. And because of that, they made everything really expensive so that you're not just going out there, getting 100 chain, and then buying everything in the store and being pretty much set for life. Like, they make you work for it. And then on top of that, you have to get the license for it too. So by the time you finally get your thing you're working towards, it feels like you really worked for it. So although I think in general the license board is like a bit annoying, and I think they did it much better in Zodiac Age, I can appreciate the fact that it makes you work for everything and appreciate everything more because of that. I'm sure later, you know, there's great money-making techniques, but, you know, I'm just talking about, like, through the story. Because, I mean, I hung out in the Sand Sea for a bit, and I also did all of the hunts up to this point, other than the bird. And I had enough money to buy pretty much nothing. I got some weapons, and I think that's, like, the first piece of armor I've bought the whole game. So, it's just cool. It's cool how much you actually have to work for stuff. And, you know, it would be annoying in a game like Final Fantasy VII, where you don't really want to go back to areas you've already been in. At least not throughout the main story. But here, they make it really fun to go back to old areas, and they have hunts to bring you through old areas again, and there's the chaining, and there, you know. It's kind of, the game is designed around that, so it's more fun to actually make money in this game. In Final Fantasy VII, you never try to make money. You just do the story. You might get stuck at a boss, and you do a little bit of grinding to get through that boss, and then the next time you go to a store, you're like, oh, I have 3 million gil. When did this happen? You know? And usually, when I play through 7, I mean, I'm not a very good example, but when I play through 7, I pretty much buy everything in every store when I get to it. For the most part. Like, you don't really ever have much gil issue in 7, casually, I don't think. And I remember in 9, other than the synthesis shops, I feel like I was pretty much able to buy everything at every store that I wanted. If not, I was pretty close. So I think that they did a good job balancing the gil in this game, where it's fun to get, but you need a lot more of it. I think that's good. Anyways, that'll be it for Let's Play Final Fantasy XII today. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out today and chilling and chatting. I appreciate it. overall, I'm still really enjoying the game. The story is definitely getting to the point where it's you can see the issues start to arise, but like I said before, I wouldn't call it bad yet. It's just that if you aren't really invested in it, this is when you'll start to ignore it. And I think I don't think I'm the only one saying that. I had several people in the chat say like this is where you started not caring about the story, and I totally get why. I really do think this is the part where people start to either invest in it or check out of it. And it kind of makes sense why, because it's starting to get pretty convoluted. But having said that, I do still enjoy what's happening in the cutscenes. They're still interesting. I don't feel like I'm bored with the story. It's just hard to keep up with. Being someone that's not really into like political stories. But yeah, and it definitely like the bosses and stuff have still been really interesting. The quickenings are a bit unfortunate. It really does feel like if there's a save crystal before a boss, it's a free boss. And I don't know how much I'm going to use quickenings going forward. Like, as long as they're not one-shotting the boss, I'll probably keep using them, or at least, like, kind of what I'm doing now, where I fight the boss for a bit and then throw an ether and finish him off with a quickening. But it still definitely feels like if I were to get max MP and walk into a fight, I can one-shot pretty much anything. So, yeah, I do think that my memories of quickenings were correct. I think that they were super OP back then, and they're still OP now. I remember gliding through the story with them, and it doesn't seem like it's changed. So I'm kind of curious to hear from the YouTube peeps, because I heard a lot of people commenting and saying, like, I never use quickenings, or, like, whatever. I'd like to hear, have you, like, do you feel the same about quickenings? Do you feel like they're OP? Did you use them and just blast through bosses and then stop using them? Did you use them, start blasting through bosses, and then continue using them? Or did you just, like, never use them because you didn't realize how good they were? Or is it just me, and it just so happens that I got 3 early, and that's why I'm overpowered? Like, I'd be curious to hear what you think. And we'll see as we go if they continue to be OP, or when they start to fall off. I really don't think they're going to fall off soon, but I'm sure by the end of the game they're not going to be one-shotting everything, I hope. But, you know, I keep going back to the idea of, like, if you just bring ethers into the fight, I feel like you are just going to absolutely annihilate everything. But we'll see. But I'm curious to see what other people, you know, what their experiences were with quickenings. And yeah, that'll be it. We'll see you back here for more Let's Play Final Fantasy XII in the next episodes. But thanks again, and we're going to say goodbye to YouTube. We'll see you later. Appreciate you all watching and supporting. See you in the next episodes. Peace.